It's justice for Wendy and justice for Luann. Justice for my two girls because they didn't bring good men there. Young, diabolical. I don't like that man. He's a paid actor. He's giving Sam from Love Is Blind UK. He's giving that man. I said he's Peter Pan. Man just looking for love. He's a gaslighter, a liar, fake crier. He's basically an actor. He came in there for nothing. He came in there for the clout. If you look at Love Is Blind history, all these men with cute dangly earrings, nose rings, it's never going to work. Never. Run. What is good, guys? Welcome to my channel. It's your girl Mimi. In today's video, we are discussing on Love Is Blind Germany. I'm gonna just talk about the main topics, like my opinions on per episode. Let's talk about Ghana. He's coming in with the expectation to find someone that doesn't want kids. And I'm thinking, like, you're coming to Love Is Blind, 95% of people coming in would want kids. So Josie's aware. Ghana basically said, I don't want kids. Like, how about you? She basically said she sees herself, having kids, but, it could just be like society, pressure, all these things to be a mom. Maybe that's not what she wants. So she doesn't know what she wants. I feel like Josie should have kind of stood her ground, but she was, opening up doors for Ghana because she likes him. So she's compromising what should not be compromised. Like, if you want kids, you want kids. You're not going to change your mind. I don't want kids for someone, but there's some things you can't compromise, which is kids. So her kind of saying she can come to terms with it is something that she hasn't thought about, but it could be, she don't want kids either. It's like, no, we don't compromise that kind of. Why is Andy a catch? Andy got 3 girls fighting over him. She got Yasmin, Celia, Nanja. Hopefully I'm pronouncing the name right. I don't think so. But he got 3 girls fighting over him. And I'm thinking, like, he's not, is like, please. And the fact that he admits, like, coming to this Love Is Blind can, help him to get rid of, his fear of commitment. I'm like, no. You shouldn't come on Love Is Blind having that fear of commitment. Like, you want to commit to someone for the rest of your life. Why are we coming in here with that fear? Jubriel, when I see a man with nose rings, earrings, all in one, braided hair, all in one. Well, he doesn't have braided hair, but when I see all these multiple things, it's a red flag. Like, if you look at Love Is Blind history, all these men with cute dangly earrings, nose rings, it's never going to work. Never. Run. But they can't see, they can't see each other, but I knew it was never gonna be. It was giving playboy vibes from the start. He's Nigerian too. I'm Nigerian as well, but Nigerian man, you gotta watch. Juber's talking to both Wendy and Josie, and he made his statement and said, I have interest in, like, both of these girls, but Josie's my type. His type is light skin. And I know they can't see each other, but Josie was very expressive about, her looks and everything. Not like, she's trying to get him to know, like, I'm mixed. Basically, she talks about her whole background, just not knowing her father, then find out about her father, then her father died. All these things, like, she basically has identity crisis, identity issues. She basically say, her mother has this blue eyes, blonde hair, all these things. So she described the ethnicity, like, it's something you can guess. So Jubriel do 2 + 2 together, and he said Josie's my type. I like them mixed. And he's also expressed that he's Nigerian. She's talking about how hard it is to be mixed. She's talking about how hard it is to be black in a German environment, and you're learning German, all these things. So they were very expressive on their race, ethnicity, things they've been through, which is great. But Jubriel basically says Josie is my type. That's his type to a T. He likes the light skin, and you could definitely tell that Wendy is a pure black. Because they both stated where they're from, but I forgot where Wendy's from. But yeah, he knows that girl's back. Josie's story is quite sad because obviously finding out that her dad died 6 months via computer, like via searching the internet, that's sad. And Josie made a statement and said, I have, like, a deep emotional connection with Jubriel. Obviously, they talked about their past in terms of, like, bullying, so, like, belonging in the society. And she basically says she has more connection with Jubriel versus not, while Gunnar won't be able to understand all these things that she's been through. So I'm thinking like, okay, Jubriel will be the guy, and the fact that, you know, he don't have issues having kids and everything, Jubriel should be the perfect match. That's what I was thinking. John is a replica of Sam from Love Is Blind UK. It's fakery. I can see through everything. He's not here to do Love Is Blind. He's just here for a little bit of clout. Anyway, he basically says he's insecure, you know, women, all his friends zone him. Like, this is a script of Peter Pan in Love Is Blind UK, if you watched it. All the girls from the past said, no, Luan is the only connection that he has. It's like, you know, what else is gonna do? That's his last hope. Cling on to her. Yeah, that's his only hope there. Jesse and Constantine, I feel like they're a good match. Like, they have a lot of things in common. Like, good for them. But then he's like, you know, there's a dark side to me, you know, things are going well, but you know, this dark side, I'm thinking like, what is this dark side? Like, I'm side-eyeing constantly, like, what is this dark side? But the dark side is man has a brain tumor, like he been through surgery, been through a lot. Like, that's just like a problem. Like, that's just like an issue, a problem that happened. Like, it's not really like a dark side. I'm thinking like, what dark side does he have? All these things, some of the characteristics, but it just had to do with this brain tumor issue. He opened up about it, like they're good, and he basically thinks that that's the one for him. And they're cool, they're a couple, good for them. I feel like they're the only couple that would say yes at the altar. So, yeah. Okay, so Josie basically says, Ghana, you a little bit too feminine for me. She basically says, I feel like I'm someone that can tell you off and, you know, get away with it. Like, where's the man in you? Like, I don't see masculinity. Like, where's my man? Where's the big boy in you? And Gunna's like, I don't know how I'm going to show you that I'm strong. You know, I've, you know, helped my friends out. Like, I've been through things with people. I've helped people out. He was confused on how he's going to prove that he's a strong man. Because Gunna, you know, based on his personality, everything, he's given like a nice guy, treat you well. So I'm thinking like, what more do you want? Girls are screaming for soft life, soft life, soft life. Gunna is showing that he's a nice guy. Why? What else are we looking for? She basically says the man is too soft, and I'm thinking like, girl, please. I was thinking like maybe she's trying to use that to cut things off, so go to Jubriel, but that was not the case. So both Jubriel and Gunna, they talk, and Jubriel is confused that Gunna and Jose are even having a conversation, because he's thinking like, she ain't your type. Like, I'm her type, like I'm the one for her. And I didn't know why Gunna would say this, because Gunna was like, you know, she thinks like I'm weak or something, like she wants a strong man, all these things. Like, I don't know how I'm gonna prove it to her, but it's all in her hands, it's her decision. And then Gunna's like, then Jubriel's like, yeah, you know, Josie's someone that needs someone tough, someone rugged. It's basically describing itself. She needs some toughness, roughness, you know, basically describing himself like he is that guy for her. But Gunna he ain't sweating. Gunna is not sweating at all. He's like, yeah, it is what it is. You know, she gonna pick. Jubriel was very confident that's gonna be him, because even told Gunna that, you know, if things don't end up well with you guys, you know, you find someone. I'm like, number one, if I was Gunna, I wouldn't even say to a man that my girl finds me weak, or a girl that I'm dating is thinking like I'm a weak boy. I would never say that, but Gunna, that's who he is, just, you know, expressing himself, I guess. But Jubriel was confident. That made him more confident, because he knows, like, me versus Gunna, like, who's you gonna pick? Yeah. And he was humbled later on. Wandi basically says, sex, we must get married before we have sex. I don't just sleep around, do all these things, and Jubriel is confused. And like she said, she never had a boyfriend before, but she's been in situations that's just kind of ended it because it was never going to work. Jubriel basically said lack of experience is a problem for him. Just say you don't like Wandi. Just say you don't like Wandi, please. But both him and Josie, they had a good conversation about getting into me, and he said, yeah, that's the girl I like, that's the girl I want. So now we're in episode 3. Josie's like, you know, I told Gunna like he's weak, all these things, and he stood his ground and said, oh, cause the way I am don't mean I ain't no masculine man. Like I'm a strong man. Like he stood up for himself and says, it is what it is. You do you. I'm gonna be myself. So she kind of liked the response. She liked the confidence. She said that confidence is given manly. It's gonna like if I tell you something, you're gonna give it to me back. She likes the energy Gunnar was given in that conversation, and she compared it now with Jubriel, which I'm confused. I'm really confused by how she came up with this conclusion. She basically says with Jubriel now it's kind of platonic, like it's giving friendship, nothing there. Cause I'm thinking like Jubriel kind of matches everything that she wants, but she said Gunnar, and I was confused. Oh my god. She tells Jubriel that it's platonic, it's giving friendship. Jubriel, he was like, yeah, I was gonna say the same thing, but say hi to Wandi for me. Just trying to save face, trying to give like, I ain't bothered about it. I got options, all these things. Like, he didn't take it too well. Because she was like, you a nice person, you good, you this. It's like, yeah, same. Say hi to Wandi for me. Wandi is the second choice, and I hate this for her. It's basically just using Wandi to save face, so it's not embarrassed. Well, she picked Gunnar, and I was confused by her decision. I was really confused. Like, Gunnar don't want kids. You partially want kids. You thought you want kids before until Gunnar said he didn't want kids. Okay, next question. Jan is a headache for me. Now he gives Luan the sob story and says, I've dealt with rejection for so long. Luan basically comforts him and said, you're good, like you're a good person, all these things. And the fact that I was like, Luan is so understanding, like she's everything that I need. It's like talking to an AI girlfriend. That's creepy. I feel like Jan has an AI girlfriend. He's a creepy man. Basically telling Luan his sob stories so Luan could pick him. That was what was given. Because it wasn't necessary to tell the girl that, oh my god, I've been rejected all my life. This is exactly the same as Sam. It's the same as Sam's script. But Jan played it very well. Like he saw, and then he has his little teary eyes as well. It's like, please. Anyway, it says like talking to an AI girlfriend. He has an AI girlfriend. He really does. Yasmin ends things with Dustin and basically says, Andy, you're the one I want to focus on. And Andy's like, okay, you're the one for me as well. Just to let you know, I asked Celia for a special date. If Yasmin was the one, you'll never ask Celia for a special date. You'll have asked Yasmin. But now that like Yasmin want to focus on you, you decide, okay. Okay, so Andy's got to speak to the other two girls. I'm thinking he's going to do it one by one. So number one is speak to Naja. And he basically says, sorry, I ain't feeling no more. I got someone else. And the girls, they speak, they know. And she's like, yeah, I know who you want to pick. Then there was actually a letter, when she came in, she saw a letter. She was going to like open it. It's like, nah, don't open it yet. It's not for you. Then while she was about to go, after the conversation was over, it's like, can you do me a favor? Pick up that letter and give that letter to Celia. It's like, if I was Naja, I wouldn't pick it up. I'd say, do it yourself. You just break it off with me, and then you're giving me tasks to do for you. Diabolical. And the fact that the task is to break it up with a girl, are you really a man? Are you really a man? So you can't tell the girl that, sorry, it's off. But I guess another thing is that Celia, he asked her for a special date, so it's gonna be like a little bit awkward. But be a man and stand up and do what you gotta do. Stop telling other people to do your work for you. And the fact that it says, I am man enough to kind of, speak to her, but, just to, make things easy. It's like, you're not man enough. Like, why are you contradicting yourself? Celia said, no. You're not going to break it up with me to a letter. You're not going to be a wimp. I'm going to go into the pads and I'm going to have a conversation with you. You're a 42-year-old man. Like, I like her energy. She said, nah, you ain't gonna do this. She confronted him and he was like, I'm wondering why I'm called to the pods. Like, I kind of thought like I made it very clear in the damn letter. Boy, please. She confronted him. She gave him the energy that he deserved and said, boy, you full of shit. You full of crap. You ain't man enough. He's like, girl, I was just trying to help you to speed up the process. It's giving weak. Is giving weak excuses. It was lame. Loya, like she had the cleavage on. She wanted to show the man that I got the assets. And Yana's like, I'm looking for a conservative babe, like cover it all up. I don't need to see your breasts, sisters. I don't need to see the assets. I don't need to see it. Cover it up. And I'm thinking like, also outside of the breasts, what else? Like, do you like the girl? Because the main issue can't be them breasts, you know? It can't be them breasts. He don't like her. He's not into the ethnics. But like, she did kind of voice it out that she was Asian. Like she did. It slipped out. But you know, Yan is always rejected all the times. It's like, yeah, you know, she's the only girl that, you know, kind of said, yeah, so let's get on with it. Jubriel's obviously now with Wandi because that's the only option he got. Immediately post pods, the energy was off. Jubriel does not like that woman at all. Like, he hates her. The dirty looks is giving this girl diabolical. Diabolical. Before you left out them pods, when you saw her, you could just say, yeah, girl, I ain't feeling it. And the only person he's waiting for is Constantine, because he's basically telling Wendy that, you know, I wonder what Constantine's up to. It's like, your girl is sitting there, you're giving her no energy. She trying to, you know, get close to you, all these things, and you off in the pool talking about a man, talking about your friend. You know? Anyway, Wandi, she gets the picture. She gets the vibes. We love a smart woman. We love a woman that's not delusional. She basically says, I'm a safe pick. Definitely, I'm a safe pick. Justice for Wandi. Justice for Wandi. She took a shower with this guy and the guy didn't even look at her. Zero chemistry. Wendy's the only one that likes Jubriel. She basically talking about, you know, the conversation that we had in the pause. Like, it was like the best conversation. Like, she connected with him. I'm like, you're the only one that connected, because Jubriel, there was no connection there. Like, you were literally the second choice. I'm trying to see like what conversation they had that was emotionally, I don't know. The breakfast was awkward. Like, the looks he's giving this girl. The looks. If it was me, I'll be gone. I'll have been gone. Jubriel don't want to hug this girl. Don't want to touch this girl. Nothing. It got nothing for this girl. It don't date the blacks. He don't date the blacks. He basically stated like Josie's his type. And I know, light skin girly. She basically talks to him that you're emotionally absent. Like, you're giving me absolutely nothing. Like, for you, as a woman, for me to get into that damn shower with all these assets, all these body tea, body matcha, nothing. Like, ain't no way. Nothing. That means you must really hate me. And Jubriel's replies like, I feel so caged, you know, like I feel like I've been caged. This experience is like emotionally draining, so much pressure. Caged. They've only been out of the past like in a day. It's only been like a day. He says he's feeling caged. He can't be himself. Like, it's just so much pressure. Like, this experience is like too much for him. Damn, they basically like, let's give it to tomorrow. And they basically the next day they had a conversation and they basically broke up. Wandi gives the ring back. She basically says there's no point of having a conversation. You don't like me. I get it. Jubriel's relieved. She's like, you know, I'm glad that we both reached the mutual, you know, conclusions. Like, no, like, it's one, when did I end it? And I'm like, boy, you weren't man enough to tell the girl that, sorry, the physical attraction is not there. He was given the signs, but it's like, say the words, because Wendy had to kept saying all these things for him to kind of respond. Like, he gave nothing but dirty looks to that girl, and says, you know, and the fact that he also asked her that, you know, do you fall fast, you know, all these things, and she's like, yeah, you know, I do fall fast. I like romance. I like, you know, my partner being romantic, all these things. And he's like, nah, I ain't gonna give that to you. I've only said I love someone. Only one person I've said I loved. And she's like, oh, okay. He's like, you know, it's a big deal. Like, you know, it takes time for me to get there. Yeah, he's giving all these signs, but he's not saying the words he was to say. Like, be direct. Speak to me directly. Stop cutting through the corners. speak to me directly. Wendy's basically parabolating, wondering like what is going on. She had to read between the lines. She had to read between the lines and say, this man does not like me. And I must say again, those dirty looks. Those dirty looks are diabolical. And he's telling the boys as well, like, there's nothing there. There's no chemistry there. Like, he's telling the boys all these things, like, tell the girl. The fact that Jan basically tells Luan, like, they talk about, when the review. They talk about the review time. And he basically says, I was expecting to wear like a blouse, like a cute summer skirt, like a cute summer dress. Just go straight forward. Just say, girl, I didn't like the way you were dressing. In the confession, is like, she ain't my type. It's like, boy, we knew. We already knew this. We knew this. And she was expecting to be blonde. And she basically says, like, on the outside, she wouldn't really date him. He wouldn't be someone that she would look at. But after getting to know him, like, she does like him. I'm thinking like, girl, now this man is not for you. He's not for you. He don't like her at all. Not one bit. Is just trying to get further in the show. Luan is out here telling the girls that, there's something there, all these things, but they haven't got like intimate yet, but she has high hopes. She has high hopes that they'll work through it. It's gonna work. Jan is basically telling the boys like, ain't nothing there. She everything that I want a woman, but there's no spark. Just say you don't like the ethnics. And it doesn't really make sense either. If she's everything I want a woman, like, he did confront her and say, there's no really spark yet, but we can make it work. Gaslight. We can make it work. It's like, why are you lying to her? Why are you lying to her? And that is a wrap for the video. Thanks so much for watching, and stay tuned for the next episode.